everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week we are finding out the gender of baby number 2. So I thought that it might be fun to look back at my first pregnancy, go through some old wives' tales regarding figuring out the gender and seeing if they were true for our daughter Evelyn. These tales originated from around the world and have been passed down from generation to generation. Most of them bear virtually no scientific backing behind them, but it's still really fun to try to figure out the gender of your baby before you actually find out from your doctor. All right, so we can go through some of the more well-known ones first. Cravings, sweet versus salty. If you're craving sweets, it's said that you're having a girl, and if you're craving salty things, you're having a boy. This one was definitely true for me. Whatever it was, whether it's chocolate, cookies, candy, I definitely was craving sweets. At the office that I work in, we would have donuts virtually every day available to us, and you bet I had one virtually every day. So it's a miracle I didn't gain more than 100 pounds during the last pregnancy. All right, next. It said that girls steal your beauty. If you have lots of acne, your hair and nails are dry and brittle. If you're having a boy, then it said that you're having clear, glowing skin, long, luscious locks, and strong nails. Another true one, I definitely had a lot of acne on my face with Evelyn. My hair and nails didn't seem much different, more than usual, so I would say that one is about half and half because I did have the acne with her. All right, carrying high versus low. If you're carrying high, it said that you're having a girl. If you're carrying low, then you're having a boy. I think I carried pretty high with Evelyn, but I was never actually sure if it was because she was a girl or if it's just because I'm pretty short. Baby, what are you doing? You need help? I'm 5'1", and I have a pretty small torso, so I'm just not sure if that was really due to her or just my stature. She camped out in my ribs all the time. I literally had to push the top of my belly down just to get her out of there because it was so uncomfortable. All right, next one. Weight gain, it said that if you gain weight all over, like in your thighs, ankles, your face, then you're having a girl. But if you're all belly, then you're said to have a boy. At the time, I thought that I was all belly, and people would tell me that. But then looking back at some pictures, my face was definitely swollen. I had to buy new shoes because my feet were really swollen and hurting all the time. Trevor actually had to buy me multiple different pairs of slippers just to see what would work best for my feet. So that was really awesome of him. I couldn't fit into a lot of my pants because my legs were bigger, and it wasn't just because of my belly, it was because of my calves and my thighs. They just did not fit. Okay, next one. Sickness. If you are having a girl, then it said that you'll have a lot of morning sickness. If you're having a boy, then not so much. I didn't really have a lot of morning sickness per se. It was never in the morning. I didn't actually vomit at all. Just everything made me have to gag. So if I had to go to the bathroom, or if I smelled something gross, or even if I talked about something gross, then yeah, I guess you could say that I had a lot of nausea. So I guess that one is true for her. If you're happy and mellow, then you're having a boy, and if you're moody, then you're having a girl. Regardless what I think, my husband will always say that I was moody in my first pregnancy. His favorite line was, "I love when you're pregnant," and that really hasn't changed with this pregnancy, so I guess we'll see if we're having another girl. All right, the next tale is if you run hot all the time, then you're having a boy. If you're feeling cold all the time, then you're having a girl. So I was cold all the time, but I'm usually cold. A good chunk of my pregnancy was in the summertime, but that just meant that I was in the freezing cold, air-conditioned office all day, and I definitely was not the only person that had a blanket at their desk. And then the other chunk of the time was during the winter, so I mean, obviously I'd be cold during that time too. So I don't really know what to say about that old wives' tale, but I definitely was cold. All right, if your belly sticks straight out like a point, then you're having a girl, but if it's more rounded, then you're having a boy. I think at times my belly was both, but as you can see that more towards the end, it definitely was pointed, so I think that that one is true as well. It literally was like really pointed. If you dream about one gender, then you're actually having the other one. I really didn't dream about any gender at all. The only dream that I can think of is that I I had the baby and I was about to change a diaper, I wasn't thinking in my dream about what gender the baby was. And as soon as I was about to take off the diaper, I woke up, so I didn't actually find out what it was. Another sleep-related one, if you like sleeping on your left side, then you're having a boy. And if you sleep on your right side mostly, then you're having a girl. I slept all over the place. I constantly just rolled around, changed positions all the time. So I didn't really sleep on one side more than the other. So as far as I can tell, my sleeping habits did not point me in one direction or another regarding that. Baby's heart rate, if it's over 140 beats per minute, then it's a girl. That was true for Evelyn. I feel like everyone that I've talked to, their baby's heart rates are extremely high as well, so I don't really know if there's any scientific backing behind that one. All right, last couple ones. If you have a lot of headaches, then you're having a boy. I did not have many headaches at all, so that one was definitely true. If you like citrus and have a lot of heartburn, then you're having a girl. I did drink a lot of orange juice, but I didn't have any real cravings for anything citrus like oranges themselves or lemon or anything like that. I just liked orange juice with breakfast, and I didn't have any heartburn pretty much whatsoever. I only had it a little bit towards the end of the pregnancy, but that's also said if your little one is going to have a full head of hair, which she did have a lot of hair when she was born, so I didn't crave too much citrus, just the orange juice. Okay, the ring test. If you take a ring and tie it to the end of a string, you or someone else holds it over your belly while you lay down. The ring will start to move on its own. It's said that if the ring swings back and forth in a straight line, then you're having a girl, and if it starts swinging in a circle, then you're having a boy. Unfortunately, we never did the string test with Evelyn. I think it's because so many different sites and old wives' tales had contradictive results. Like this one says that if it swings back and forth, you're having a girl, yet another place would say the opposite, and if it circles, then you're having a girl. So we didn't really do that one just because we didn't know which one it would be regardless. But I guess you can still do it and still have fun with it and just go with the results that you read first at the time. The Chinese Mayan calendar. You take how old you were at the time of conception and then follow the chart to the month of conception. It's supposed to tell you boy versus girl. I've looked at multiple different tables, and all but one said that we were supposed to have a boy. The only one that I found that we were supposed to have a girl, I just stumbled upon it last week. So that's the only one out of all the ones I looked at. So I don't know. Honey. So again, I guess depending on which Mayan calendar or Chinese calendar you look at, will say what you're going to have, and then you can just make your own decision. All right, last but not least, it's said that mothers just know that you'll have just an instinct of what it is. Initially, I thought that I wanted a boy just because I have an older brother and I liked that family dynamic just because that's what I grew up with. And I remember I'd be like, you know you're having a girl, and I'd have to try to convince myself that it was going to be a boy, but looking back, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a single thing about Evelyn. I'm so thankful for her and her personality, and yeah, that personality. I think that she's definitely what we needed as first-time parents. So I wanted to talk about a couple other symptoms that I'm not sure if they're said to be related to either gender. I just was so exhausted during my first trimester all the time. I literally would get home from work and just fall asleep on the couch between 6:30, 7 o'clock every night. I literally was just so exhausted. I couldn't do anything. I also had... Yeah. I also had excruciating sciatic pain. Evelyn would just sit on my sciatic nerve. I remember walking through my kitchen one day and I literally was mid-step and just could not move because no matter what leg I tried to move, I was just in so much shooting pain that I just couldn't go anywhere. Thankfully, she moved shortly after. There's not much you can do to prevent that. You just have to find some tools to help find your way through it to relieve it. But again, I don't know if that's related to anything gender-wise. Yeah. Well, there you have it. I suppose, at least for Evelyn's pregnancy, these old wives' tales hold up. I hope you have fun testing out your own old wives' tales with your own pregnancy. I think she is saying to not forget to subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for my next video for baby number 2 symptoms, updates, and our gender reveal.